Ka-choo. We're back here with you. And this is the Trying to Be Grown podcast. I am your host, Damani Carter, with my esteemed co-host, Byron Keaton. I'm bringing back the creativity in the intros. I'm bringing it back, Cam. I'm bringing it back. Your cousin hit me up on Snap and said, why you ain't doing the intros no more? It's because...
Wait. What'd you say?
I said, your cousin.
No, I'm talking about... You know what you said at the beginning, bro.
Oh, I don't even remember what I said. I freestyle. It come off the top, man. Whatever I'm thinking of that day. Whatever I'm thinking of.
You one strike away.
But I told him that
one strike away from
you were limiting my creativity, and I'm not gonna let you do that no more. I'm free as a bird.
I was limiting it?
Yeah.
I disagree.
I'm not gonna let your opinions cloud my creativity no more. But we are back. Happy to have y'all with us wherever you rocking with us. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you rocking with us. We appreciate it. Byron, how was your week this week, man?
Busy. It was a busy week, you know. Can't complain, though. Had a lot of stuff going on at school. But, yeah, it was good. How about yours?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Can't complain. You know, I'm living.
Yeah. Rest in peace, DMX, you know.
Rest in peace to DMX, definitely.
Didn't see that coming, but, you know, life happens.
Yeah. And RIP to the homie Chris. That's one that hit home for me this week. And, you know, if you know, you do. If you don't, you don't. But RIP to Chris Charles.
Yeah.
So you have something that you need me to do.
Well, you know, you're going to hop right into it. I've been waiting for this all week, too.
We getting into the GOAT debate today. So this going to be a good
one. Before we get into that.
I got to preface that. I got to let people know what's coming.
We're not getting to that yet. We're not getting into that.
What's coming. They could have turned it off in the first 2 minutes if they knew I was just going to do impressions.
We getting this impression off. You got to go for at least 3 minutes.
I'm not. Who does a 3-minute impression? Nobody does that.
Everybody does. You supposed to be trying to get an acting gig here.
I'm not trying to get an acting.
Well, let's go ahead and see. So first of all, you got to explain to us what you are doing today.
You told me that you wanted me to do a Denzel impression, but the impression that you're asking for cannot be done on this show.
Okay, so what are you going to do then?
I mean, I'm going to do the ones
that I think are the best.
No, I'm going to do my top 3.
Can we get an improv then?
I'm going to do my top 3. I don't want to do an improv.
Why?
Because I can't say anything in Denzel's voice. There are certain voices that I think I can say anything in.
I mean, I've never heard you sound like Denzel.
You've heard me do that specific impression before.
No, I've never heard you sound like Denzel.
Byron, can you sing? You a good singer?
Yeah, I'm an amazing singer.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Your ears are not well tuned to what sounds.
No, you've never sounded like Denzel.
Okay, and that's fine because you think
Jamie Foxx, he's done a little Denzel.
Jamie Foxx is an incredible impersonator. And I think he's going to do Mike Tyson very well. I'm very excited to see that. And I'm not saying that I'm incredible. I think that I do certain ones that sound kind of on point.
1 to 10. Your Denzel impression, where are you on that scale?
My Denzel? I feel like Denzel's a good one. But Denzel's not that's not the optimal one. Denzel.
If you say anything over a 5, you are not telling the truth.
7. My Denzel's a 7.
This must have been on a scale between 1 and 20.
No. 1 to 10 is about a 7.
It's not a 7. If it was a 7, you'd be having acting jobs lined up.
No. Why? Do you think that everybody that impersonates Denzel is getting an acting job? There are literally people that do it on the internet, and all they're getting is 15,000 likes. That's it.
And what do you get?
I get nothing because I don't do it in public.
Okay, man. That's what I'm saying. You don't have a good Denzel impression.
And that's
people would be begging for this.
I don't think that that's true.
Like I forgot the dude's name that be doing all the impressions like Jay-Z. His voice sounds just like him.
Jay Farrell. How many famous impressionists can you name?
Him.
Okay, there you go.
I got one.
Jay Farrell, Frank Caliendo, Jamie Foxx.
That's 3 right there.
Jay Farrell and Jamie Foxx both
Jay Leno do a little
things.
bit of impressions too.
Never seen it. We've spent 2 minutes and a half talking about impressions. Do you want to hear the top 3 or no?
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear them.
All right, you want an ascending order or descending order? Because I think ascending order is more fun.
Okay, we'll do that one then.
Okay. 3, Shaq. Byron, how goes it? Happy to be here. Shaq Diesel. 34 Lakers. 32 Heat.
Man, this is terrible.
I don't say many words at a time. There you go. That's number 3. That's Shaq. Bye.
Wait. Did you think that was good?
I do. I'm going to have to listen to it back because I ain't never heard it on a microphone. No. I've only heard myself do it.
So that sounds terrible. And I watch TNT like when they be...
You got to take it back to the old Shaq.
No,
I'm talking about before he got the media training.
I'm not rolling the money.
I think it was pretty good.
Also, you can't just do the voice. You gotta act. Acting involves body language. It involves everything. We gotta see. We gotta see it all.
Can we get to 2-on-1, please?
If you involve some body language.
I'm not involving no body language.
So you just going?
Yes.
Come on, man.
I gotta get really into.
No, come on.
Get really into. We gotta hurry.
Show
up.
the body language. Let's go. Body language on this.
That's too much. So number 2 would have to be, of course, the esteemed Mr. Christopher Walken. And I feel like this one's pretty good. I don't know why you're laughing, because the inflection that he does with his voice, I feel like I copy it really well. I don't know. I feel like that's a good one. I'm not.
You've been practicing this all week, huh?
No, I haven't. I've been doing Christopher Walken for a while.
And it's still terrible.
I feel like you're a little bit too hard on me, man. And that's okay. You don't have to agree.
I think the Shaq one was better than that one.
Oh, okay. Well,
and the Shaq one wasn't good.
If you say so, man.
But it's just, that's my opinion.
And that's fine. I don't understand why you have to be so critical. I feel like if you just
appreciate
the impression for what it is, I think you went into this thinking he's going to be a bad impressionist. And you just don't have it to register it like that. You just don't.
I went into this thinking you would be a bad impressionist, but you tried to convince me that you are a good one. Or at least above average.
Okay, Byron, let me ask you this.
I just don't think you're hitting that above average standard right now. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me brief aside here. How tall are you?
5'11".
How tall am I?
5'11", I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is exactly what I'm talking about as regards to you being overly critical when it comes to other people. You are 5'10" and change.
Disagree.
I'm 5'11" and change.
I disagree.
So if you're 5'11", by that same argument, I'm 6 feet tall.
My driver's license say 5'11".
I don't care what it says on your driver's license. I'm saying either you're 5'11" and I'm 6 feet tall, or you're 5'10" and I'm 5'11". There's no in between, because I'm an inch taller than you.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know your height. Okay. I'm guessing you're 5'11". I don't know. I know my height is 5'11".
Overly critical. Overly critical.
You may be 6'1" for all I know. I don't know.
Overly critical. Do you watch Big Mouth?
Nope, don't.
Sure you don't watch Big Mouth?
I'm not a big cartoon fan. You know this.
Okay, well, you don't know this one. It's the hormone monster, baby. That is without a doubt my best one. Sound just like them.
I don't know what you sound like right now.
It's the hormone monster.
Can we at least just talk like Denzel? You don't have to do actual movie.
No, I'm not gonna set myself up for failure because I know those words, and I realize like when I do my Morgan Freeman, there's certain words that just don't sound anything like Morgan Freeman. Some of them do.
This is Morgan
Same
Freeman.
with Denzel.
Is it Morgan Freeman?
No, not polished enough in those yet. I'll get to that point.
Okay, could you do one? Could you do
way too much?
Could you do one person in our friend group?
One person in our friend? I don't know. I haven't focused enough on anybody in our friend group to impersonate them. If I did,
even in your high school, like people that you know from high school, anybody.
I can do Coach Caldwell, but nobody knows him, and that's it.
Why do you know Coach Caldwell?
Because I did it one day, and I was like, wow, I'm actually really good at that. Like I would come in the locker room like doing his voice, and people were like, oh no, that's you. I'm good at that one now. Nobody would know that, so we don't.
Well, let's go ahead and move off that, man.
To the GOAT debates. Chase Hayden, you asked for this.
It's really not
We're
a debate
here, man.
anymore.
It's very much a debate. Excuse me. You're right. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate. There is one person that sits atop the basketball pantheon of Everdom, and
his name starts with an L.
His name is Michael Jordan.
I disagree.
For the sake of, I would like to say this to start off with, wherever Kobe sits.
I'm not gonna bring Kobe into this.
He asked.
I'm not gonna bring Kobe into this.
That we stop having this conversation. And we probably shouldn't be having this conversation, just according to Kobe. But we're gonna keep him out of it just because he asked us to do so. If that's all right with you, of course.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Okay. That's my guy. That's my guy. I'm gonna keep him out of it. So, Byron, tell me how the guy with 6 championships and 6 appearances, a bunch of awards, just too many to name. Tell me how he's not the greatest player ever.
So, for one thing, LeBron is a better passer.
I'll give you that, yeah.
Prime LeBron, I give him the edge on defense.
Prime LeBron.
I give Prime LeBron the edge on defense. Okay. Jordan wasn't having to guard really anybody in the 90s.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
Who was he guarding? Clyde Drexler?
Drexler, Wilkins.
Basically, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. That's what he was guarding.
And see, this is the type of the pattern of disrespect that we get into.
Yeah,
every time that you try.
I'm here to talk about 90s basketball. Let's just dive into it on that part. 90s basketball was not good compared to today's NBA,
and that's just not true.
Look, okay,
that's just not true.
When I say 90s basketball, I am talking about wings. Wings in the 90s were not that good,
and that's just not true.
How's it not true?
If we
compare today's wings to the 90s wings. Or you can do the 2000s wings compared to the 90s wings. The 90s wings were not good. They were probably on par with the 80s. In the 80s, no. I don't think much of the 80s wings.
Basketball is just starting to come into like its modern sense in the 80s. Lakers Celtics kind of brings us into the modern era. And even within that modern era, we have a lot of separation. Between like just talking about eras. There's a whole bunch of separation between eras and a whole lot of areas. But when I look at the talent,
who's the second best wing in the 90s?
Who is it in your opinion, Byron?
I actually, I want to hear.
I don't have a list of best wings in the 90s effectively ready. But I'm just talking. If we talk about
who's the second best?
If we talk about the great ones,
who's the second best?
Can we just talk about the great ones?
No,
I don't have an effective list.
I want to hear the second best wing in the 90s.
Who's the third best center that plays for the Utah Jazz right now?
Derek Favors on the team. I don't know.
He's the third best. Who's second?
I don't watch Utah Jazz.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just making sure you do watch the Utah Jazz because you've stated a billion times over.
I hate watching Utah Jazz.
No, but do you watch the Utah Jazz? Yes or no?
Not that often.
Oh, but you have watched them.
Yeah,
you have
watched them.
I have. Okay, and you can't name the third best center on there? Stop giving me arbitrary numbers and just looking at me stupid because I don't have an effective list of top wings in the 90s.
Wait.
This is what you always do.
You see how that's a terrible comparison because what I did was an overarching thing of a top player in the 90s. What you just did is said who is basically one of the worst players on the Utah Jazz on one specific team. Not in the NBA saying who's the third this, who's the second this in the whole entire league. You said on the Utah Jazz who's the third best
You've watched the Jazz, but you have never ranked their centers as regards to who is the best and who is the worst. I'm saying I don't have an effective system of ranking everything. What's the second best French fry that exists? The second best wing French fry that exists on the market.
Let me get this out. The second best wing in the 90s was Scottie Pippen. Who are you going to put above him? Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk, man. Go ahead.
This is what I'm saying.
Get your 2 cents out, man.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Okay. If you're talking about an effective list of all of the wings that played in the 90s,
who's best?
If I'm just thinking about people right now, then it's going to take me a minute to get to all of the wings that played in the 90s. Okay, if I asked you to rank the second best French fry that exists on the market right now, you probably have to do a little bit of processing to rank French fries because you've never thought about it before.
Okay, so if it takes you this much processing to look at wings in the 90s, in the era where you say the GOAT was, you should seem like you should have a pretty good grasp on that information already.
It would take me a while. No, I have a pretty good grasp on who was good at the time.
How many Michael Jordan games have you
watched? I've never ranked them.
How many Michael Jordan games have you watched?
I'm not going to put a number on it. You are crazy for saying that you would watch. Chase, how many games did he say you watched? You said you would watch like 500.
How many Michael Jordan games have you watched?
How many Jordan games did you say you would watch? How many Jordan games?
Did I ask you a question?
I don't have a number for it. How many Jordan games did you say you watched? I don't have a number for it. You don't have a number for it?
I really don't know the exact number.
Okay, what did you say when asked this question? You don't remember?
I said it's probably over 400.
Yeah, you did say 400 Jordan games. Because
I don't want to come in somewhere with...
No, you have not watched 400 games worth of basketball.
So I can actually have an opinion on this type of subject.
You have not watched Jordan play 400 games worth of basketball,
I didn't get to watch Prime Jordan live in the 90s. I wasn't born yet.
Byron, I don't think there's 400 games worth of Jordan basketball out to watch right now.
It's on YouTube.
I don't think that every game... No, there's no way there's 400
Then
games.
I've seen some... I used to watch some on ESPN Classic.
Oh, you used to watch some... You can't even keep a straight face.
Come on,
keep a straight face and say
just because
you know it's so
just
crazy.
Because I want to
be the crazy.
Just because I want to be educated on the topic,
bro. That's the crazy.
How many games have you watched?
You said some crazy stuff.
Damani, how many Jordan games have you watched?
Definitely not 400.
Have you watched over 100?
Definitely not 400. Mm-hmm.
You are. I want you to lie. I want you to lie. I know you haven't. So you saying you haven't watched
somewhere in the neighborhood of 100.
So you haven't watched 10% of Michael Jordan's basketball games, yet you believe he is the GOAT. How does that make sense? So if I put it like this, if I watch only 10% of LeBron James games and it's his best 10%, if I only watch his best plays, you never look at any of his bad games, you only look at his top 10%, the best games of LeBron James, will your view and your perception of him then be somewhat skewed?
I think
yes or no? Don't try to beat around the bush. Yes or no? Will your perception of him be skewed?
Negro, why are you hollering?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
It's obvious that
yes
you
or no. I will answer any question you have after you answer yes or no.
Okay, you'll answer any question I have without any. I want either yes or no answers, and I want nothing else.
Regarding LeBron and LeBron debate, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yes or no? Will your perception of him be skewed if you don't watch?
I think that.
Yes or no?
I think
yes or no. Just say yes or no, man. It's not that hard.
I think that if you look specifically at what I'm talking about within that 10%, if I look at Jordan's skill set, if I look at, you can look at everything in coordination and get a complete picture. Stats are one piece, like they're definitely a piece that matters. Looking at how they were actually able to do things on the court is definitely something that matters. Looking at peaks is definitely something that matters. And how long those peaks were maintained is something that matters. But you have to look at the whole thing. If you have to look at the thing as a whole.
So we're looking at the whole thing.
No,
can we also look at who he was playing against and competing against?
We can definitely look at that, yes. Let's go ahead and do so.
Okay. Who's the best team Jordan played against?
The best team that he played against?
In the finals.
It takes a while to get to the finals, doesn't it? Doesn't it take a while to get
to the finals? Who's the best team he played against in the finals?
Doesn't it take a while to get to the finals?
Who's the best team he's ever played against in the playoff series and won?
Best team against and won. Let me go back and just comb through all of the series that he won and try to find the best one.
I have time.
Let's see. Well, let's just run down the list of all the teams that he beat, right? So in the finals, you got Jazz, Suns, Sonics, Lakers. That's a good one.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the year when one of the star players were hurt?
They were still a good team, bro.
Were they hurt? Oh, so during that series, the second best player since one of the stars were hurt was Vlade Divac. He was the second best player on that team. Is that correct?
Well, hold on. Let me go back and look at the roster.
Go look at the roster. And I'll bring it up for you. I know, Damani, that's one thing. I know my stuff, bro, because I actually watch basketball games. Okay. I watched the series. Did you watch the series?
I did watch the series, but this is my issue.
But you didn't know that.
This is my issue. Bro.
See, here we go. Go ahead, man. What's your issue?
My issue is that you want me to have a working memory of everything that you're thinking about at the time, which is ridiculous. And that's why I keep trying to point that out to you, but you don't seem to be getting it. You just don't seem to be getting it.
That's messed up, man. Hey, Damani. I'll let you look through that roster and you tell me who's the second best player on the 1991 Los Angeles Lakers. And if it's Vlade Divac, just let me know.
Byron, let me.
Do you want to look at the roster? So you said you couldn't remember. So I have the roster right here.
Let me put it to you like this, okay?
Do you want to look at the roster?
Let me put it to you.
Damani, do you want to look at the roster?
Can I put it to you like this?
Go ahead, man.
If you don't mind. I'm just going over teams that he beat in the final.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'm doing.
You said that was a pretty good team. That's why I wanted to say Vlade.
So that's not a pretty good team to you? That's not a pretty good team to you?
Damani, that team is getting beat by 60 if they play in the finals today.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that you said that because never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna be ugly. One thing that I'm not gonna do is be ugly to Bron because
you a hater.
Oh, okay. I'm the hater out of the two of us.
Yeah.
You want to give him your conspiracy theory about Jordan being kicked out the NBA? You want to do that because I'm the hater?
That is a funny one.
No, but that's one that you really believe though.
No, I like conspiracy theories. Okay. But it makes sense.
All right, but does that make you a hater because you believe certain conspiracy theories over others? You don't believe the Browns and the Illuminati, do you?
I did believe that for a while.
Okay, and you don't believe it now because...
I don't believe in the Illuminati.
Oh, okay. All right, got it. Anyways, who am I missing in the finals? Jazz twice, Sonics, Blazers is what I'm missing. So 5 teams in the finals. And then you have the Knicks, never got a championship in that era, of course. The Pacers never got a championship. If you just look even at the East, I've never watched the.
Hey, Damani, who's the best player on the Pacers?
Reggie Miller.
Where would Reggie Miller be ranked in today's NBA if prime Reggie Miller? Where would he be ranked?
Would he be ranked?
Yeah, if he was playing, if you move prime Reggie Miller and you put him in today's NBA.
Do y'all see the stupid? Like, where would you rank him? Where would you rank him? Give me a number.
Not in the top 10.
Give me a number.
Not
no,
in the top
you
10.
Didn't. No, give me a number. Give me a number. Give me a number.
Wherever Clay is, put him down 3 slots. That is my number on Reggie Miller.
So Reggie Miller is less of a basketball player
than Klay Thompson. 100%. Klay Thompson is a better shooter. The only thing Reggie Miller is a better creator, but I'm not going to give him that much leeway and room for his playmaking ability over Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson's defense is drastically better than Reggie Miller's. It's hit the gap between Reggie Miller's defense compared to Klay Thompson's and the playmaking ability of Klay Thompson compared to Reggie Miller, huge difference. I'm giving the edge on shooting to Klay Thompson as well. Klay Thompson is a better basketball player than Reggie Miller. And you would not say, if Klay Thompson is the number 1 option on the team, you wouldn't say that's just an amazing team in today's NBA.
And no.
Who's the second best player on the Pacers? Jalen Rose? Man, they got 81 points dropped on him.
I don't think Jalen Rose was on. Was he?
He was on that team
when they beat him. I'm not talking about in the latter years, but I'm just looking at it this way.
The teams were mid back then.
You got Mark Jackson, Rick Smits, what's his name, buddy that played I don't remember buddy that played the 4, but you have
Don't bring up Rick Smits, bro. Okay, LeBron beat Paul George and Roy Hibbert and George Hill.
That was a good team. I'm not saying that was a bad. Do you think that I'm saying that was a bad team? You think that I'm saying that was a bad team? But I'm just saying.
Don't be bringing up Rick Smith's name like he's just an elite talent. Is all I'm saying.
I'm not
don't bring up Rick Smith.
He's better than Hibbert.
I'm not even giving him that, bro.
But what I'm saying is this: to say that Jordan never played against elite talent,
he didn't.
Is ridiculous, bro. It's
he didn't. He didn't play against elite talent.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
But he didn't. He would play against teams with maybe 1 All-NBA player.
Did Jordan ever lose to a less talented? Did Jordan's Bulls ever lose to a less talented team?
You can LeBron. You can arguably say that the Dallas Mavericks were more talented than LeBron.
Okay, and you see what I'm talking about here? Does everybody see what I'm talking about here? Does everybody see what I'm talking? There's no argument there. There's no argument there. None. 0. Zip. Zilch. No. There were 3 people from Team USA, bro. There were 3 people from Team USA
on that team.
All right, bro. You got it.
Who's the point guard on that team?
You got it.
Who's the point guard?
You're right.
Who's the point guard?
Right.
Do you remember who the point guard was?
You're right. Three Team USA dudes in the starting 5, and you're saying that the team was more talented?
Who's the point guard on the team?
Bro.
Who's the point guard and who's the center? Can you answer those questions?
Stop.
Can you answer the question?
Really?
Damani,
stop.
Can you answer the question? Who's the point guard and who's the center on that Miami Heat team the first year?
Bibby was one of them, and then you had what's the name? Joel Anthony at the 5. So they were more talented at the 1 and more talented at the 5.
And their whole entire bench.
They were more talented at the 4. You're arguing this, that the best player in the world, the best player ever to play basketball, who put up 8 points in one of those games, was at the 3, and that a very, very good Dwayne Wade was at the 2, and that they lost to the Mavs.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, you got it.
Because
top to bottom,
yeah. And so, can I explain what happened in that series?
I'd love if you would, because they lost.
You go in that series. Eric Spoelstra is trying to play traditional basketball. He's not actually trying to utilize the way that LeBron was used basically every single year after that. In which you give LeBron the ball in his hands. He basically had LeBron trying to play off ball when they're playing the zone defense.
And that's stupid.
It's stupid. He wasn't super duper confident in his 3-point shot at the time.
Why would you do such a thing?
It's basically like Giannis playing off ball in a zone.
Giannis playing off ball in a zone.
What's gonna happen in that? And you got him at the perimeter.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing's gonna happen.
And I have another question. Could they play zone in the 90s when nobody can shoot?
No, they couldn't. No.
And was Jordan a good 3-point shooter?
Did they pack the paint pretty heavily?
Was Jordan a good? No, they really didn't. Because
If you look
wait,
at
wait.
No, just let the people do this, bro. If y'all are on YouTube right now, just go look at Jordan's highlights from especially from the 80s when they didn't have nobody. Watch how many people are around him while he shoots layups. Just watch because he's crazy enough to believe that the degree of difficulty on his layups was always huge because there were 4 people there.
I disagree.
Okay, and that's fine. That's why I said y'all can just go look for yourself.
Now I'll go back to what I was saying.
Some of the stuff you be saying is just crazy.
You look at the 90s.
Like, it's just so wild.
Like, you look at the 90s basketball. If you are more than, I think it was like 1 to 2 feet away from your man. If you were more than 1 to 2 feet away from your man and you were not trapping, it was considered an illegal defense in the 90s. Is that correct?
Based on the rule book, can you give me an example of when that was called? You got a whole bunch.
Yes, I can give you an example right here off the top of my head. When Jordan was posting up Muggsy Bogues, and someone took a step in to help. Actually, Muggsy Bogues gets the steal, and they call it illegal defense because one of the players were away from the ball. Were away from their man.
Okay.
You want me to pull up the video on that?
I'd rather you didn't. No.
Okay, because
I'm glad that you can provide an example. Can you explain to me how on those videos, and I've showed you evidence of 4 people. Like 4 people in the paint and Jordan finishing.
Because
Can you tell me how they got there?
They were considering that calling, what do you call it? I just said it. They were trapping the ball because you have to either fully commit or don't commit. You have to stay on your man. There was no help defense to where you like showing things like that like you can in today's NBA. For example, when you go in a 2-3 zone where you can fake show and just pack the paint.
Do you see how that delineation that you're making right there really doesn't make that big a difference?
It does make a big difference.
If there were still 4 people around him when he was at the rim, like I said?
It wasn't like that most of the time. LeBron had more people on him in the 2000 from like 2000. Well, I guess when he came in till 2012, until LeBron was like, okay, I'm about to actually open this up, try to find a way to open this up, and put 3-point shooters all around him. So these zone defense would no longer work on him. Open up the floor, and he can. And then Eric Spoelstra actually gave him the ball to where he's a point forward, and then they take off.
Oh, okay. So he had to get a specific, not. I won't even say it like that because that's gonna make you angry. But there are a whole bunch of reasons why he didn't win that championship, right?
Because they went 2-3 zone. Eric Spoelstra didn't play him at the point.
That's 2 reasons.
That's it.
Okay, that's 2 reasons. Jordan got into the finals and never saw a game set. Ever. Never, not once. So
because the teams weren't good.
How many reasons do I have to count?
Damani, think about that.
How many reasons do I have to count?
Think about that.
How many reasons do I have to count?
Why didn't he beat the Celtics? Why didn't he beat Bird and the Celtics, Damani? Can you answer me that question?
Because they were severely over. He dropped 62 on them, and they lost.
What does that mean? He lost.
He dropped 62. Byron,
they were the better team.
That's kind of the point.
Were they the better team?
Obviously, they were the better team. They were the vastly superior team. So anytime
the Mavericks were the better team.
Okay, so anytime Bron loses, the other team was the better team. Anytime Bron loses, the other team was the better team, right?
Sure.
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that we got that out.
Okay. Well, I got
that makes a whole lot of sense.
I got another question.
Do you see how that's skewed?
That's
ridiculous?
Has Jordan ever beat a team that he wasn't supposed to beat in any playoff series?
The Pistons.
They had them projected to win that series going in. The betting line.
But they were coming off back-to-back championships, though.
But their team was depleted and they were old and their bodies were hurt that year.
I don't know. They lose.
Isaiah Thomas was coming off an injury, I'm pretty sure, that year.
But I'm saying, I don't know about depleted.
The betting line was in favor of the Bulls that year because they went to 7 the year before. And then and their bodies were messed up coming into that next year.
So if we're talking about series that they shouldn't have won, how are you delineating that they shouldn't have won? Ones that they weren't favored? The betting line. Okay, look at the Cavs.
What you mean? Look at the Cavs.
Cavs in 89, 88. Everybody picked the Bulls to lose.
Nobody picked the Bulls to lose.
It was on the documentary, bro. I didn't even watch this series. All I know about is the shot over Craig Elo, excuse me. But the sports writers said.
Do you mind if I go look?
Cavs in 3.
Do you mind if I look up
Cavs in 4.
Do you mind if I look up this betting
and
line?
Cavs in 5.
If I look up this betting line, what will it say?
I don't care about the betting. I'm talking about the sports writers. So listen, bro. If the sports writer said that the Cavs
Skip Bayless is a sports writer, Damani.
So if everybody on
Stephen A. Smith is a sports writer,
Nobody knew what they were talking about. None of the sports writers knew what they were talking about because they said Cavs in 3, Cavs in 4, and Cavs in 5. Jordan said, this is what Sam Smith
So
said.
wait, are we going on sports writers now?
This is what Sam Smith said.
Are we going on sports writers now? Sports writers said Jordan got suspended because of what, Damani?
Not every sports writer said that. I'm giving you a dominant opinion from a group of sports writers.
So did every sports writer say the Cavs are going to win?
I'm not doing this.
See, you see how you try to make a point, so I bring up sports writing like, well, they all didn't say that.
Did you get the line from every sports book that was existing in the United States, or did you just get the dominance? No,
did you?
No.
I did.
This is your reasoning, bro.
Mine's from the Vegas betting line, which is consistent.
This is from your reasoning.
Mine's from the Vegas betting line.
No, you got it from one line. If we took every sports book, that's not the only sports book. Okay, if we took every sports book and compared them, are you sure that all of them would be consistent?
Mine would be on this.
No, you don't.
You
don't.
On this one,
you don't know that.
On this one,
I'm saying you're just so.
The 73-9 Warriors. Every single sports line had who winning that? Every single one.
The Warriors. They had the
Warriors.
Okay,
when it went 3-1, did every sports line still have the Warriors winning?
Yep.
Okay, then that's what I'm talking about.
They sure did.
Okay.
And this is we're getting off of what we need to be on.
Because LeBron the best.
So I'm gonna say this. So if never being on a team that was supposed to lose counts for anything, being the one that went 72-10, I think that counts for something. So why are you saying he was never, like, he never had the Rudy effect, like he never was a big comeback guy? That's why you love him, but that doesn't say anything about greatness.
What I'm saying
is, it says something about greatness. I'll give you that. If you
to be able to overcome the best team ever.
To be a member of the best team ever is a better feat. Would you agree with that?
Also, let's talk about that. In the 90s, Jordan basically had a super team in the 90s. And it was impossible in the 90s to actually make a super team. Why? Because of the free agency things that were going on. In which the CBA eventually changed all of this to where they would no longer allow these 10 to 20 year contracts in which players would be locked in one spot and could never leave. Mm-hmm. And then guess what would happen? A super team like the Celtics pop up, super team like the Lakers pop up, super teams like the Bulls pop up. Nobody could ever do anything to combat those super teams because what? All the players are trapped in these contracts. Whereas you look at today's NBA, you can't even go over a 5-year contract. Scottie Pippen was stuck in a 7-year contract making barely any money. And Jordan was happy as can be when Scottie Pippen over here getting done wrong.
He didn't say that he was happy.
Happy as can be. He was like, Scottie got to come back and play. Knowing Scottie needed a better contract.
Does that mean that he's happy as can be?
He encouraging it.
No, not necessarily. But let's go back.
Let's get back to that.
Let's go back and look at. No. You wanted to bring up this. You wanted to bring up the super team thing, right?
Super team.
Has Brian ever won without a super team?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna give you this last one because of there was a lot of circumstance in that one. There's a lot of circumstance, and if you look at the compilation of the Lakers, top to bottom, and what they went against in really pretty much every capacity, there's not really. I don't know.
Was that a super team?
It's borderline.
How's that borderline?
But the reason
How's it borderline?
The reason I say that is because I think that if we're looking at the ability to compile a team that is just completely and totally suited to the needs of a player and for a player to idealize their destination, then Bron has it in a way that Jordan never did. But if we compare these Lakers to the latter stages of the Bulls, I see a lot of compatibility there. If you were to say that the Lakers were ranked ahead of the Bulls in terms of just super team quality, I wouldn't be mad at you. If you were to rank the Bulls ahead of the Lakers, wouldn't. To me, it's a very iffy.
How's that a super team?
To me, it's a very iffy.
How's that a super team?
It's a very iffy line.
How's that a super team?
Because of the compilation and the ability to.
Who makes that? Stop trying to talk around it.
I'm not trying to talk around it.
Who makes that a super team?
I'm talking.
Who makes it a super team?
About the ability to compile talent.
Who makes it available? Who made the Lakers a super team
in the '90s? That's what I'm saying.
Can you answer my question?
It's not a who makes them a super team thing. It's a top to bottom thing in terms of the team compilation. That's what I'm talking about. That was something that was available to Bron that was not available to Jordan. And that's what I'm talking about.
The GM made a super team.
I think that
the GM made a super team.
No, he didn't, bro. No.
You have the two best. The only player that probably could have slowed up Jordan in the NBA was on Jordan's team. Was he or was he not? The best wing, really the best wing defender in the league was Jordan's teammate.
I don't know if I put it just.
Who are you putting above Scottie?
Jordan, kind of, but it's tough. It's tough.
So why didn't Jordan guard Magic Johnson?
Was longer because he was 6'9". Fool, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I said Scotty. So if a player is 6'9",
I said Scotty was a bigger person. Scotty was a bigger person.
So if a player 6'9", but Jordan got cooked that first game. When he was on Magic, he got cooked.
I don't know about all that. That's what I don't know. You see, you tend to make stuff hyperbolic, and that's what I'm saying.
Did you watch? I watched the game.
I haven't watched the game.
I know because you're not a real Jordan fan.
But I've watched.
You just a LeBron hater.
I've watched all of his finals, and that's what I'm saying. I don't remember.
This in the finals.
Are you talking about? You said Jordan and Magic. Fool, I thought you were talking about '91. What?
Think about that, Damani. Who's in the finals in '91?
91? Am I talking about the wrong year? Because we're talking about 1990, right?
I'm talking about 91 when Jordan played against the Bulls. I mean, Jordan played against the Lakers in the finals. Game 1. Magic killed MJ. That's why they switched to Scotty on him.
That's exactly what I just said. How is that inconsistent with anything that I just said?
Because you said I didn't watch that game. When I talked about this, you said you didn't watch that game. You said you watched all the finals. Is what you said. That is in the finals.
Byron,
is that
I
not?
said I didn't say that I didn't watch the game. I don't have the current recollection of the game.
Hey, Damani.
Go back and look. No, because you said no. This is the same thing you did with J. Cole. This is the same thing you did with J. Cole. This is the same thing you did with J. Cole.
I'm gonna highlight this when we get to it.
This is the same thing you did with J. Cole.
I'm gonna put it up there.
This is the same thing you did with J. Cole.
This is the same thing you did with J. Cole. I'm gonna put it in quotation.
This is the same.
You just said I didn't watch that game.
No, you can't put it in quotation.
I'm gonna put it in quotation.
Even if I'm wrong, no, because you said this about J. Cole when you said that you didn't say "Hello" in your list, and "Hello" was the first song that you named.
I didn't say
this
hello.
Is the same. I swear before God that you did. I'll go back and show you the film if you don't believe me.
Hey, bro, we getting off topic, bro.
But I do not.
So
have
why he get cooked game 1?
I do not have an immediate recollection of the game. I don't have an immediate recollection of the game. I do not have an immediate recollection of the game. I do not have an immediate recollection of the game.
Oh, so you don't have a. All right. So something that looks bad upon Jordan, you don't remember.
I remember things that look bad upon.
Like
Jordan.
what?
Let's see.
On the court stuff.
The series in '90.
Are you talking about the one where Pippen saved him?
No, the one in '94 with the Magic is the one that comes to mind, just because he was out of shape and baseball body.
Which game? 2 games did Pippen save him? Was that against the Sonics, where Jordan just played terrible and they ended up still winning the series because Pippen was going off?
I mean, when you say playing terrible, I don't know if I can
shooting like 30% from the field, 20 or 30% from the field.
But see, that's a bad shooting day. That's a bad shooting day. But if you're saying he was playing terrible, that's something different.
He had like 5 or 6 turnovers, and shooting 30% from the field. What is that then?
It's a rough day.
See, bro, that's why I don't.
You expect me to keep an effective memory of like every stat line that has ever been had?
I just want you to have.
Hold on. We got to think about it. We're talking about.
You remember LeBron scoring 8?
That's one game. I don't even remember the whole stat line. I remember points and that it was a single digit. 8.
Larry Bird did it. You ain't never said nothing about Larry Bird.
I have never talked about Larry Bird because Larry Bird does not deserve to be a part of this conversation.
He top 5.
Okay.
No, he's not top 5.
No,
he top 10 though.
I've never said anything about Larry Bird.
Larry Bird top 10. Back to my original thing. LeBron's the better rebounder. He's the better passer. I give him the edge in scoring just because he's more efficient than Jordan because he can score from all 3 levels.
DeAndre Jordan is a very efficient scorer. Look at his career.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said about efficiency and then scoring from all 3 levels? Or did that just fly over your head?
I was going to get to the all 3 levels part later, but you just interrupted me.
Okay, go ahead then. Even though you interrupted me in my little list while I was saying why LeBron is better than Jordan, but go ahead. I'll take the interruption.
And if we talking about efficiency, then is Steph a better scorer than Bron? Because if we look at his effective field goal percentage, which you always love to bring up, then he's like the most effective player in NBA history.
He is one.
So is he a better scorer than Bron based on that?
Arguably.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a stupid argument. Just like most of the arguments that you have. That's why I keep trying. I just break stuff down.
You act like Steph not a great scorer.
I'm not acting like he's not a great scorer, but I'm saying if you think that he's a better scorer than Bron, then I don't really want to talk to you because it's just not true.
It's close, bro.
Okay. It's close enough to maybe talk about for you to say that they're in the same
Harden
conversation.
The best scorer ever?
They're at the same.
It's Harden the
table.
better scorer than MJ.
No, bro, stop with this. No.
Why not?
Because of the capacity that MJ had to put the ball in the hole in any circumstance.
Okay, well, James Harden puts the ball in the hole at a higher clip in which he gets the ball through the net more.
Go ahead, I'll let you finish.
He gets the ball through the net more, meaning he scores more points per game. In his peak or prime, which is what you love the most. He's more efficient.
His most points per game is over Jordan's most points per game. Are you sure?
Not career. That's why I said peak. He's like his prime.
No, I'm saying if we look at his best season and look at Jordan's best season, is his points per game more?
I think so.
I doubt it, and I'm not.
He had 35.4 last year. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
let's go see.
We always have it to go look. That's why we got the computer.
Hey, career high. It was 36.1. Let's go see MJ. Is it over 36.1? 37.1. Okay. That's good.
You see, guys, sometimes Byron just says things, you know?
I know about 37.1. I know about 37.1.
So hard.
I thought his house was 34.
Yeah, you probably forgot about it, you know, being that it happened before you were born.
You see how I admit to being wrong? Unlike you, when you never even wanted to say anything about Vlade Divac being the second best player on the Lakers after old boy went there.
I didn't even look at the roster, Byron.
I know, and I left it up here for you for 10 minutes. You never wanted to look at it. Because I can admit my flaws, Damani. This goes back to the previous episode.
I don't want to.
I self-reflect.
No, I don't want to spend time on the episode looking at the Laker roster, right? And thinking
Damani was going to be 2 seconds just. Oh, okay, yeah. He was second best.
No, because I don't know what I don't know my subsequent thoughts based on the roster. Because if I see a name that I think, Vlade Divac, kind of, then I don't want to sit here and argue with you for 30 minutes about whether Vlade Divac was the best player. I let that stuff go. You don't let anything go. And the stuff that you do let go is stuff that you know you are obviously wrong about.
I got a question for you. How many players are going to finish top 3 in scoring, top 5 in assists all time?
None, except Bron.
Except who?
Bron. LeBron James.
Where's he from?
I'm not doing this with you.
Yeah.
That doesn't even do anything.
It's not that bald man that played with the Bulls, huh?
In terms of being top 3 in those categories, but no, there's one GOAT. There's one greatest of all time. It's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Also, when LeBron passed Michael Jordan in most points all time, who had shot more shots?
Jordan did. Who did it in less games?
Who shot more shots? That just means Jordan was shooting the ball more.
Who did it in less games?
He was just shooting the ball more.
And that's put it to you this way, Brian. If we go back to the DeAndre Jordan argument, DeAndre Jordan got to however many points he's at now at a more efficient rate than Bron did.
But does he have more points?
Fool, you're going back and forth in terms of what's most important.
I'm doing both. Because Bron got more points and does it at a higher clip. At a higher clip.
You repeated yourself. But it took Jordan less time to get there.
Because Jordan didn't know how to pass the ball.
He knew how to get to 6 rings, though, didn't he?
Yeah, because he didn't know how to pass the ball. And nobody else was. He was getting guarded by Jeff Hornacek.
Byron Russell. Good try, though.
You just going by the. See, that's what I forgot. You don't watch full games. You just watch highlights. The only thing you've seen is the push off.
No, it's not what I
That's all you've seen is the push off, Damani.
No.
That's all you done seen, bro.
Byron, if you look at who they were talking about in terms of who was guarding who, it was Russell and Jordan. That was the conversation being had.
So you played the whole game?
All right, bro.
Did he play the whole game?
I'm talking about his primary defender, bro.
Did he play the whole game?
I'm talking about his primary defender. I'm talking about his primary defender.
Did he play the whole game?
We're talking about the person that guarded
so who's his secondary
LeBron
defender?
James.
Who's
I was talking about
defender?
Kawhi Leonard, right?
Who's the secondary defender?
Who was Bron's secondary defender with the Spurs? I know the answer.
Can you answer mine first?
Who was Bron's secondary defender?
Did I ask you first?
I don't know. Who was Bron's secondary
defender? Well, I don't know.
With the Spurs?
I don't know.
No, tell me who it was.
I don't know.
Oh, well, you've had all this extra time.
Because
being that Bron.
You don't want to answer my question. I ain't going to answer yours, bro.
When you were. At this point, you were what, 16 when he was playing against the Spurs?
I done seen all of them.
And you don't have an answer for me. You don't have an answer for a secondary defender.
And you saying somebody to go to in which games you haven't even watched. You just going off of what Skip Bayless say, what Stephen A. Smith say. You don't really know what a GOAT is.
I've watched the game.
You just a hater.
I've watched the game.
The reason why you say, I know I wasn't supposed to bring this up. The reason why you say Michael Jordan is the GOAT is because you're a Kobe fan. You don't want to put The thing is, you don't want to put Kobe over Michael because you technically can, because basically Michael just did everything Kobe did. I know, I didn't want to do it, but you done brought me to it. You're a Kobe fan. Kobe was truly inspired by Michael Jordan. More than anybody I've ever seen.
So was LeBron James, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like Kobe mimicked.
He wore his number. What are you talking about?
Saying he mimicked his game and everything.
Are you saying that that LeBron James has not mimicked Michael Jordan's game?
Has he done it to the same extent Kobe did?
No.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron's game mimics more of a Magic Johnson mixed with Michael Jordan. Kobe's game was literally the exact same as Michael's.
Literally, that's a
all right, bro. Never mind. You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Jordan wasn't taking nearly as many trades as Kobe took. Not nearly as many. And
why not? Because he couldn't shoot!
We're going to have to adjust the levels.
Nope. I had to get that out, bro. You know Jordan can't shoot.
You don't
that man.
People's ears out.
Oh.
And yet he still put in 37 a game.
Wait. Jordan couldn't shoot so much that they moved the three-point line in.
They did that for him? Okay.
Yeah, because viewership was going
down. So not only did he get kicked out of the NBA instead of just leaving, like everyone knows that he did, they moved the three-point line in for him.
Was he part of the NBA?
No, you said that they moved the three-point line in for him.
Was he part of the NBA?
Yes, he was part of the NBA.
And so did they move the three-point line in for NBA players?
Yes, they did.
Was Michael Jordan an NBA player?
Yes.
So they moved the three-point line in for him.
To the same extent that anything done to the three-point line now was done for DeAndre Jordan. To the same extent, yes.
Nothing has changed in the NBA since.
That's not even remotely true. And as regards to the three-point line.
That's what I'm talking about regarding three-point line.
Sure, fine.
So do you have another example that you would like to try?
Okay, well, let's talk about Mark Eaton and how they moved the three-point line in for him.
Sure.
They moved the three-point line in for Shaq.
Yep.
They moved the three-point line in for...
Actually, they moved it in for Shaq. Shaq wasn't in the league yet, I don't think, at that time.
Are you talking about what
I think it happened in the 93 season, 94? Sure, we'll give it Shaq, but I don't...
Shaq was definitely in the league in 94.
He was?
Yeah.
I thought he made it in 95.
No, they made it to the championship in 95.
Oh, okay, that's all I must be thinking. All right, never mind.
Good try.
But you see how I admit when I'm wrong? Something you don't know how to do.
Byron, you've went as far as to say that they moved the three-point line in
for
Shaquille O'Neal just to prove that your point was sound, which it wasn't, bro. And that's okay. That's what I'm saying.
Did Jordan's three-point percentage drastically go up once they moved the three-point line in?
I don't remember, Byron. Sure.
So what do you know about Jordan? You don't remember games of Jordan? You don't remember stats of Jordan? You don't remember? So what do you remember about Michael Jordan, Damani, what do you remember about Michael Jordan?
Did Jordan's three-point percentage drastically increase in 1994?
Damani,
I don't know. I don't remember.
So Damani,
what do you know about it?
So what do you know
How
about
do you not know
So
that?
What do you remember about Michael Jordan?
I can't remember the last time that I came up to a Jordan fan on the street and we were talking about him.
So what do you remember about Michael Jordan?
No, excuse me. Hold on.
What do you remember about Michael Jordan?
I have to get to the story.
What do you remember about Michael Jordan?
I can't remember.
So if it's only the 6 rings thing, I guess Robert Horry and Bill Russell the best players ever.
I cannot remember the last time that I came up to a Jordan fan on the street and we were talking about Jordan and I was like, do you remember when his three-point percentage drastically increased in 94? And they didn't know exactly what I was talking about. I can't remember the last time I talked to a
Jordan fan would know.
You're right. Oh my God. You're unbelievable. And that's what I'm saying.
So,
I don't understand
what makes Jordan the best? Is it the 6 rings?
He is the better scorer of the two.
How's he a better scorer? He doesn't do that the same efficiency.
Of the two.
He can't even shoot. He wouldn't shoot at a better percentage than LeBron. Only thing he did was take more shots.
If it's efficiency, then it's DeAndre Jordan. If it's
field goal percentage, wait.
Then it's Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Steph takes a whole bunch of threes, which is the most difficult shot in the NBA.
So he's a better scorer than Brown?
Arguably, yeah.
And DeAndre Jordan is a more efficient scorer than Brown?
Not really, because I don't go by true field goal percentage. I go by EFG or true shooting percentage. But I don't like true shooting percentage because I don't like free throws being included in that, and that's what true shooting.
That's what kills Brown.
Yeah, Brown doesn't shoot free throws.
Yeah, Brown doesn't shoot free throws.
But I don't think that should be.
Do you see how selective that is in terms of saying?
Well, I don't think true shooting percentage should reflect on anybody though. It's not just like Brown. I just don't think like that's a free throw. It shows your overall efficiency. Like scoring wise, but I don't think it shows like in game efficiency.
Do you shoot free throws in game?
Is anyone guarding you? That's what I'm saying. That's not in game.
What the?
That's not defense. I'm saying like when I talk about efficiency, I'm talking about with defense.
Yo, all right, bro. You got it. You got it.
So what?
Efficiency in getting to the line and completing those shots that you get at the line definitely ties directly in.
So you one of the people
to put the ball in the basket.
So you one of the people when talking about if a player better, you're gonna bring a free throw percentage.
As a piece, yes.
See, bro.
If you get,
I don't respect you or your basketball takes. Then
okay, that's fine.
Bill Russell best, and basically I've come to the conclusion Bill Russell the best basketball player.
Did I even say rings? Did I say rings?
You've been talking about he went to the finals 6 times and won 6 times. How many times have you said that?
That's my
How many times have you said? Yeah, he went to the finals 6 times and won 6 times.
Thank God you're not an impressionist.
How many times you said that today?
I've said it a bunch, but you asked me
so
why.
Bill Russell
You asked me why he's the best. You asked me why he's the best.
Who's the finals MVP named after?
I didn't bring those up.
Who's the finals MVP named after, Monty? Bill Russell.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah, Bill Russell, the best player to ever do it.
Okay. Well, let me.
TBE, Bill Russell.
Let me ask you this, Byron. When you asked me what my criteria was, first and foremost, you cut me off with the first thing that I said.
You cut me off too when I was doing mine.
When?
When I said passing, rebounding, and then scoring, and I was talking about.
I just said I don't agree.
No, you literally said, you went in the whole rant, bro.
No, Byron.
I said that's the interruption, Damani.
No, I said that's the interruption. I said I don't agree, and then you started acknowledging what I said. You literally said that
you interrupted me, bro.
No, I said that I didn't agree.
I didn't even get to finish my whole thing about what else I had to say.
You stopped. I said I don't agree.
Stopped me.
If I say I don't agree in the middle of something, that's license for you to keep talking.
No, you didn't say you don't agree.
You
went all into it, bro.
No,
you went all into it, bro.
That's not grounds for you to address the disagreement. I was just saying I disagree. I would have gone into it after.
Nope,
but you said, oh, well, how is he not? If you look at who's more efficient.
Go ahead and finish then.
Are you sure that you're going to let me
I'm going to let you, I'm going to get everything you need to say out.
You sure?
And I'm going to tear it up one by one. Go ahead, man.
We got to hurry up and finish this. We talked about literally nothing else, and I'm glad we didn't get to anything else. But we have ability to score. We have ability to play defense. Two of what I think are the most important responsibilities on a basketball court. If we were to talk about putting the ball in the basket and preventing the other team from doing so. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was better in both categories. And if we look at how that translated to winning, I like to think that the 6 championships are not necessarily the reason, but the result of Michael's betterness. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
And my first question is, if he was such a good defender and such a good scorer, in which his early years, that's when he put up his most points, correct?
His most points, yes.
And he was still, and that's when he was actually started actually becoming on the scene as like all defensive team and things like that, correct? Like first team.
That was when he got his defensive player of the year, but he was
pretty
consistently first team all defense.
So,
can I just get a full answer out, please, sir?
I just want you to say a little yes or no. That's all I needed.
No, but we haven't done that with you because you're not capable of doing that. I'm gonna get my full answer and then you can speak.
Okay, so he got his DPOI and was scoring the most points per game. Yet during that time he was not winning championships.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically what I'm taking away from that is just putting the ball in the basket, and defense can't be all there is to winning games.
Oh, I'm not saying that's all there is. I said those are the most important things.
Okay, if those are the most important things, when he was doing that at the highest clip on both ends, he didn't win. So what does that say about your theory of what greatness is? When he actually had those at its peaks, he didn't win.
Okay.
To get his 6 rings, you said, I contribute his 6 rings to his ability to defend and his ability to score. That's what you said. His ability to defend and his ability to score.
Whatever happens, we're not going over an hour. Go ahead.
And when he was at his peaks in both of those, he wouldn't even make it past the first round.
Okay. And to that, I'd say this. At those times when he was playing with no help, right?
Oh, so now it goes to team.
Can I finish, please? I let you finish everything that you had.
So you couldn't know because you
finish everything you
because
had
you. My problem is you switching your position. Your original statement was you contribute his winning 6 rings to his ability to defend and his ability to score. And when I showed you his peaks at both of those, in which he wasn't winning anything, you are now switching to blah 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 this blah blah blah. You're switching your whole position. I don't think that's right.
I'm not switching.
I don't think that's right, bro.
You didn't even let me finish.
You just started switching to He didn't have help.
Can I finish, please? Can I finish?
Go ahead, man.
I promise I'm gonna make it all make sense.
Go ahead, man.
I promise I'm gonna make it all make sense. We know you as a LeBron fan should know better than anybody else. 2007. You can play winning basketball without having good teammates around you. And to this point, I'll go ahead and say, I was going to say this last, but I'll say this first. If you look at the fact that he was still first team all defense when they were winning, he was still averaging 30 a game, a lesser 30. Let me throw that out there. A lower capacity for 30 when they were winning championships, then you can understand how it translates. Yes or no?
Last 2 championships, he wasn't averaging 30.
The last 2 championships? What about the first 4? What about the first 4, Byron?
What about the last
How about the first 4? How about the first 4?
What about the last 2?
How about the first 4?
What about the last 2?
How about the first 4?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. You're literally, like, I just don't understand how you do this. You literally just looked at the list and saw that 4 of his 6 championships, and then the last one, 29.6 and 28.7?
And that's when he said he was his best self.
Okay. All right, bro.
Do you watch The Last Dance? Because I did.
Got it.
Did you watch The Last Dance?
We got to get done with this, bro. That's 56 minutes.
Did you watch The Last Dance?
Ain't nobody gonna watch this. Yes,
you watched
I did.
The Last Dance?
Yes, I did. We can
when did he say he was his best?
Time, bro. We're done.
When he say he was the best, Damani?
We're done. He said he was his best late in his career. I don't remember exactly what.
Yeah, the last 2 years. And so look at that. He wasn't averaging 30.
All right. And that proves your point. You got it.
I know. LeBron's the best to ever do it. Going to be most likely number 1 all time in scoring unless some type of injury happens. He's going to finish top 5 or top 3 in assists all time. Most likely going to finish with 7 rings, 6 to 7. What else is there? Likely going to finish with 5 to 6 MVPs. Probably 5 to 6 Finals MVPs. I know. Most All NBA already.
Tell the camera.
Hey man, y'all better put some respect on that man.
Most All NBA.
Put some respect on that man name.
Put some respect.
Damani been a hater since LeBron since I met him.
I'd never hate on LeBron. I had a LeBron poster in my room growing up, bro. Like really.
Yeah, and then you flipped once you realized, dang, he actually challenging GOATness.
And that's when I flipped.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've talked way too long about this. I'm sure that all the people that have talked to us about talking about sports too much, I'm sure that y'all have already turned this off. But for those of you that stayed for the duration, I very much appreciate it. And if you stayed and you don't like sports, I'm very sorry.
All I got to say is I want y'all to never forget 1991 NBA Finals. Games 4 through 5. The Lakers' second best player was who?
Vlade Divac. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And I'll just go ahead and, since he did that, I'll go ahead and remind you that the Mavs had 1 All-Star. And the Heat had 3 dudes that
were on NBA players?
USA.
I mean,
I didn't make a comment about the Lakers. I didn't make a comment about the Lakers.
How many all-defensive team players?
From that year, none.
You sure?
Tyson Chandler wasn't on all defensive teams.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, bro.
So if I pull it up, then what?
No, it's already at 58. Bro, we're done. All right, we're done.
So don't be out here trying to make statements that you know not true, because I know for a fact it was all defensive team.
Okay, you're right.
I know I'm right. That's one thing I know. I know these different random stats, because I've had this discussion with you too many times, and you just make up random stuff, Damani.
Can we please close the show out?
This man just be making up. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say what you got to say, and we can get out of here.
6 rings, better scorer, better defender. Thank you.
Bill Russell to go. Bill Russell to go. He got 11 rings. Robert Horry, number 2 with 7.
Thank y'all for rocking with us as long as you did, man. If y'all made it to this point, props to you, because we just been screaming. But thank y'all. KT's playing us out. Show Thief, wherever you get your music, check him out.
Check him out, please.
Should have heard about him already. That's all we got. Yeah. We out of here.
Peace. You gon' pass it, you gon' shoot. I stood tall. When you make it through the struggle and the pain, do you get your umbrella off the chance that it might rain? I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Try to count me out, but you ain't gon' ever hold me down. When I see my people going through it, I put the blame on me. And I see my homie lose his mind, but I gave him his first taste of lean. I ain't gon' lie, that really hurt me, but I had to close the curtains. And one thing I learned on Lion King is everybody gotta eat. Never tell a party, let me get a whole piece. Said, nah, little homie, can't get that from me. You play football, you got a bright future, you supposed to see you on the TV. And I said that it's true, and I'm gon' do it, but I really gotta make something happen. And I probably could've asked my family for something, but instead I started hitting licks with daddy. Ain't gon' lie, that turned me to a savage. Really living life like a bandit. And then Murph told me, keep your head on, man, don't do nothing reckless. But now I'm older now, I'm a grown man. Go to church every Sunday, I'm a praying man. You ain't gonna never see me fall, I'm always standing. One thing I do is stick to the plan. When you make it through the struggle, you the truth. When that pressure get applied, is you gon'